Star fragments. They're some of the prettiest crafting resources, and yet also some of the most frustrating. These luminous pointy spheres. Yeah, that makes sense. Are used to create some pretty awesome furniture. A couple gold nuggets, a few star pieces, and you have yourself some high quality stuff. The frustrating part of star fragments is actually obtaining them. Sure, once you play for a few months and have a few friends visit, you'll probably end up with an overabundance sitting in your storage. The sad time happens when you spend your time wishing on the hundreds of stars throughout the night, and the next day you run around your beach to find only a handful of star fragments as a reward. It's frustrating and you feel like you've wasted hours mashing the A button for no reason. So, how do these star fragments work? How do they spawn? Is there a way to cheat the system and get more fragments for your intense button mashing? Maybe. You get star fragments from wishing on stars. To wish on a star, put anything you have equipped away, look up at the sky, and hit A to wish on a shooting star. To have shooting stars appear, you need to have a star event occur on your island. These can either be small events with a few stars per hour, or a meteor shower, which can have 100 plus stars per hour. If you want to find out when you'll get shooting stars, head over to Meteonook. Once you fill out all the data that the website needs, it will tell you what weather seed your island falls into and will predict your weather for you. You'll then know exactly when you have shooting stars or meteor showers, so you don't have to constantly check every night. You'd be surprised how many star events you actually have in a week. When time traveling day after day to try to find a meteor shower, I actually had a lot of days with shooting stars. And a lack of Celeste, which was frustrating. Celeste will only appear once a week on a random day that you have a star event occur. Just because you have shooting stars does not mean you're going to have Celeste, but you do need to have a star event for Celeste to show up. You could get unlucky and have a week or two without any shooting stars, and thus no Celeste. Her appearance cannot be predicted, so make use of her and her cool crafting recipes when she appears. Don't forget to raid your friend's island. You can get the crafting recipes from your friend Celeste and do that every time because it's impossible. It's gonna take forever to get them alone. While searching the skies, I noticed that stars appeared, for me, on clear or mostly clear nights. Though the recent summer update allows stars to appear during all hours of the night from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m., rather than just hours of the night where the skies are clear. I haven't been able to experience this myself, but it is possible according to the data mine code. Now, the star fragments. There are 3 different types: regular star fragments, large star fragments, and zodiac fragments. The most common are the regular. You'll have an abundance of these after a few meteor showers. They're the most common resource required to craft furniture for the Galaxy/Space series. The zodiac fragments are slightly more uncommon than the regular fragments and appear based on the current zodiac sign. As of this video's posting, the current zodiac sign is Leo. Therefore, you will only find Leo fragments until August 23rd when it switches over to Virgo. Each zodiac sign has its own crafting recipe for a unique furniture item, and they're pretty. The largest star fragments are the rarest. I don't know the chances for getting a large star fragment instead of a regular old yellow one. Some days I'll get none, some days I'll get 3 or 4. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact percentage of getting a specific type of fragment. There was only one guide I found online that lists the chances that they supposedly calculated, but that information wasn't data mined and was probably decided off of 1 or 2 meteor showers, so I'm gonna assume they aren't super accurate. Now the frustrating part. How many star fragments can you actually get from wishing on stars? If you're anything like me, you spend hours mashing that A button and get almost no star fragments the next morning. So what gives? I did a bunch of testing, trying to see how many star fragments you can get from one night of wishing. That same guide, which lists potential star fragment chances, also listed the maximum amount of star fragments you could possibly get the next day. With the awesomely horrible track record that online guides have, I took it with a grain of salt, but still considered it and used it to compare my own results to. My first event was a small one. I wished on 18 total stars in about 30 minutes. I time traveled to the next day, and there were 10 fragments that appeared on the beach on my first go-around. This seems to be the max amount that you can have on the beach at once until some time passes and you can pick up more fragments. I collected those, time traveled an hour, and searched for more, and found 8. So I ended up with 16 small fragments, 1 large, and 1 zodiac, which makes 18 total fragments. Exactly how many stars I wished on. The first time that's ever freaking happened. Next, I was curious if wishing on a friend's island was similar. Her island had a very small star event, and I wished on 4 stars in 45 minutes. It was a rough night. But the next morning, I had 3 small fragments and 1 large fragment. This did prove to me that the large fragment is most likely a % chance of showing up rather than having to wish on a certain number of stars or some other crazy requirement. That same guide stated that you can get a maximum of 20 star fragments when wishing on stars alone on your island. To test this a bit, I wished on 50 stars, just to see if I could get 20 fragments each time. And sure enough, I had 20 fragments on my beach the next day. The guide also says that you can get additional fragments from friends on your island. Supposedly, you'll get 20 fragments for every friend that wishes on 100 stars. So I recruited Drew for some quality star wishing time. I wished on 100 stars while Drew wished on 80, just to see if the 20 star limit was somewhat accurate. The next day, I had 36 fragments, 20 from my own wishes and 16 from the 80 stars that Drew wished on. Since he didn't wish on 100 total stars, I didn't get the full 20. He, however, did receive the full 20 on his island. I scanned through the comments on the site to see if anyone contradicted what was listed in the guide. And of course, they did. A couple people said they were able to get 40 fragments on their island after wishing on 200 stars. So, dumb me decided I was gonna put their comment to the test. To put their comments to the ultimate test, I time traveled backwards to my meteor shower, which by the way, you can do. Instead of time traveling forward and checking to see if Isabelle is going to tell you about a meteor shower that night, just travel back in time to a day you know had a star event. I then proceeded to wish on 400 stars. I spent 4 hours hitting that A button because of a comment. I should have known better. Unsurprisingly, but completely disheartening, I found 20 star fragments on my beach the next day. It is completely possible that these comments could be accurate. Maybe star fragments work like money trees. When planting money trees, if you plant 11,000 or more, there's a 70% chance that you'll only get 30,000 back, and a 30% chance that you'll receive 3 times the amount you planted. So if you plant 99,000 bells, there's a 70% chance you'll walk away with 30,000, and a 30% chance you'll get 297,000. Maybe this works something like that, where you have a 30% chance of getting more than the common capped amount of star fragments. It makes sense that a daily reward of money trees has a crazy 70-30 chance. With something that happens so infrequently, like an actual meteor shower, it just doesn't make sense for there to be a low % chance of a higher fragment reward. In the end, I wasted 4 hours of star wishing for, no reason. As far as I can tell, based off of my testing, the 20 star limit does exist. But I can't conclude this is 100% true. And I hate that I can't confirm that this is 100% true. I tried to find information from a data mine, but as of now, it doesn't seem like it's been decoded. Decoded? It sounds like a riddle on the back of a cereal box. Excavated? No, that's so much worse. What has your experience been with star fragments? I hate to ask this because of the attack of comments that I'll get, but can you prove that the solo 20 star fragment cap is wrong? Because I can't. 400 stars. God damn it. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!